Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
Hey everybody, it is Cody here from Rasslin Rage, and I am joined by none other than TJ Meyer. Now, I'm going to ask him a few questions, but before I do that, please smash that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. TJ Meyer, my man, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
For sure. Now, I want to ask a few questions. We'll talk a little bit about proving ground and what have you. But some of the big questions, for those that don't know, how did what sparked your interest in professional wrestling?
So I was kind of flipping through channels. I got in relatively late compared to a lot of my peers. I got in when I was like 12-ish is when I kind of discovered wrestling. I was flipping through channels late at night, and I came across Impact Wrestling when they were on Spike. And I saw AJ Styles for the first time, and that instantly got me hooked from that point on.
Oh yeah, AJ Styles, that's a good guy to look up to for sure. One of the cool things I like about AJ Styles is his adaptiveness. Like, it doesn't matter who he faces, he can adapt and adjust real quick and make things happen, and it makes it look really good. Yeah. So you did that, and then you sought out training. Obviously, where did you train? What school did you go to?
So I was trained at House of Truth by Truth Martini. I started in September of 2018.
Oh, nice. So you're just over a year, huh?
Almost. December 15th will be 1 year in the business.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Mm-hmm. So you sought out Truth. Now, I know that there's other guys that are, instructors there, like Mysterious Movado and, a couple other guys. But what was your experience like there? Like, what was it like working with Truth Martini and Mysterious Movado? Like, I kind of talked to a couple guys, and they've talked a little bit briefly about Truth, but I haven't heard a lot about Mysterious Movado. Like, what's it like training with that guy?
So when I went through training, it was only Truth Martini there.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't get Mysterious Movado till it was the next class after mine was when Movado started helping out with the training. But it's always good to get, the new perspective on things. Truth is an amazing trainer. And I feel like Movado helped me take that next step into being where I am today.
For sure. Now, so, a lot of guys talk Truth is really good at giving you the fundamentals of wrestling, the whole thing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, Truth Martini is a great instructor. He's been doing it for probably around 18 years, right. I think. So he knows what students need to do to take step by step into their training. So, like, his school is like a whole curriculum, and he has like a list of what you start at the very, very basic, and then you move up forward as you progress.
That's awesome. So you can't go on to the next thing until you almost master this thing.
Pretty much. Obviously he has a set amount of time for his school. Right. So if he feels like you haven't reached where you need to reach to do shows, he'll actually have you start the class over.
Wow. Well, that's not a bad thing to do, because there's a lot riding on that person being trained or not. So that's kind of cool. So you did your training, you get the stamp of approval, and you're like, all right, let's go. Did you find it hard to get out there, or was it pretty easy, or can you tell us a little bit about it?
So my experience was it was a little hard at first, simply because like I didn't know where to start, kind of. I had one booking before I was finished, only because the promoter of that show would come into the school every so often, and he had asked Truth what guys he think would be ready, and he said me. So, but after that, getting to shows like Pro Wrestling All Stars, XICW, Horror Slam, with a lot of me like either finding out when the shows would be and showing up and saying, hey, I just graduated from House of Truth. I have my gear. If you need me for anything, I'll help set up and tear down, whatever. But a lot of mine was either me going to shows and helping out, or me hitting up guys that I had made connections with when I was training. Because people would come in every so often, and it was connections of me asking people, hey, where are these shows? How do I get on these shows? So stuff like that.
Right. So basically, you made your bones. You did it from the bottom up, just like everybody should, right? And that's awesome. Now, you talked a little bit, Pro Wrestling All Stars, Horror Slam, XICW, and and I was thinking about this earlier because I was prepping in my head for this interview, and I was thinking about it, like we're like you said, it'll be just over a year here, or just about a year here in December, but I go to a lot of shows. I'm not able to go to every one as I would love to, but I see you at a lot of shows. I've noticed that. That was one thing I was like, man, I'm really seeing him at a lot of shows lately. Matter of fact, I seen you this weekend at BCWA. So that's awesome. What's that like for you? You're getting out there, man. What's that like for you? Does it feel good?
It's a fulfilling experience because like I feel like I'm starting to make my place, I guess would be the term, or become like seen as a part of the roster in a lot of these places, and it's humbling because I didn't think I was gonna make it anywhere, and so to go there and to have seen the work I put in for a year and seeing all these places kind of start to accept me is a really heartwarming experience.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because you're all over the place now, man, and it's good to see, especially somebody that's that's only been in the business for a year. You know what I mean? Because that tells the guys that are just coming out of, say, the House of Truth or anywhere else that it's possible. You just got to put the work in, though. And that's exactly what you're doing. So
you're never gonna get anywhere in this business from my experience without putting your hard work in and really I guess.
Right. Now, so, we spoke about XICW, right? And you are one of the rookies for season 7. And, I've almost interviewed every rookie. We talk about it quite a bit on Michigan Independent Weekly and in Rasslin Rage, and we talk about how, it's veterans with rookies. And who is your vet? Tell people who's your vet.
The War Boy, Dre Jacobs.
There we go. War Boy, Dre Jacobs. Now, I've interviewed Dre Jacobs. He is an amazing person. Just outside of wrestling, he's an amazing person. And the things he does for other people in the business and outside of the business is amazing. So is that part of the reason why you chose him, or was there something more to it? Because obviously he's the War Boy. So...
So I had met Dre before XICW, and like you said, he's an amazing person. He's so easy to talk to. You're so easy to bounce ideas off of. And then you look at my character in the ring and his, and it's almost a perfect fit, I guess. And I had always wanted to like either work a match with Dre Jacobs or just be in the ring with him in some capacity, because I feel like we would have that chemistry, and I feel like we do something really cool.
For sure,
and that's
for sure.
The reason, like I knew, like before when I found out that the rookies were picking the vets, I knew instantly that I wanted Dre.
So you kind of already knew who you wanted before the show even started, before that day, the episode 1. And that's awesome, man. Now, so the 10th is the next proving ground, and that's on a Sunday. And you guys, the last one, you had a match, but not a tag team for the vet, right?
No.
All right. So now you are in a tag match with your vet this time. So it is possible, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is possible that your team could be up for elimination. I don't see that happening, but it is possible. I've talked to DBA a little bit, and I've talked to a lot of the guys. that are in proving ground or who have competed in proving ground before or previously, and it's legit. It's not it's not pre-decided in the back who's going to go home that day, and it's based upon what the judges say on that score sheet, and then they a lot of it has to do with some fan reaction and things like that. Do you like that or do you not like that?
I like it because it kind of evens the playing field, and it kind of takes away that factor of, okay, well, there's this obvious winner or this obvious winner. It kind of takes away that aspect to where it's all even. You really have to work to make sure you stay in this competition. Not saying that if it wasn't that way, we wouldn't, but it kind of puts that edge and puts that extra pressure on people.
Oh yeah, and I mean, in any type of competition, you almost need that pressure. It puts you. If you have the pressure, but you can work with it and use it, right? If those people that can't use that pressure are the ones that fail, right? So if you're able to get that type of pressure and use it in your advantage, hey man, more power to you. Yeah. Have you felt any of that pressure in that proving? I mean, we haven't really had a tag match yet for to be eliminated. So are you feeling it yet, or are you anticipating it?
It's kind of building toward the 10th, and that's
right.
Well, me and Dre teamed for the first time, not last episode, but episode 4. And we had that pressure of, this is me and Dre's chance to prove that we can work as a tag team, and I feel like we accomplished that. But it's now that you can get eliminated for me and Dre, now we're really I'm starting to feel that pressure of, now this is real. We have to put it on the show. And, while I don't plan on getting eliminated, I'm still going to go out there and do my best to put on match of the night. So,
absolutely, for sure. So, talking about proving ground a little bit, and there's, the longest running promotion in the state of Michigan with 19 years. There's a lot of history there with Michigan Independent Wrestling, just in XICW alone, with some of the talent and, the promoter, DBA, and MM3 and all those guys. What's it like for you to rub elbows with guys like that?
It's an honor, man.
For sure.
Put it this way, XICW is 19 years old, right?
Right.
They've been around about as long as I've been alive.
Wow.
So, to be in the position I am now, where I'm on this competition, of wrestling with a vet, going toe-to-toe, shoulder-to-shoulder with some of the greats, and when it comes to Michigan Independent Wrestling, it's a real honor, man.
For sure.
I can't really express how I really feel about it, because in Michigan, that's the place you want to be, and it's really cool that in less than a year, and being probably one of, if not the youngest guys in the locker room, to be in the position I'm in, it's an honor.
For sure. Now, I didn't know you're only 19, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man. That's, I don't take this the wrong way, but I think it's awesome that you're only 19, because you got so much time ahead of you, man. Mm-hmm. That's sweet. And it's like a sponge right here. You just absorb all that information. That's awesome. Yeah. So XICW, you're in Proving Ground, you're at Horror Slam, you're at Pro Wrestling All-Stars, BCWA. Are you getting in on that 30-man over the top for the...
From what I've been told, I will be in this match. It has been announced that I will be in that match.
All right. So that's November 16th. So definitely, that's cool. Well, hey, man, listen, I know it's a little bit of a short interview, but this is the way I like it, right? A little bit short, sweet, and simple. We don't get too complicated. But, dude, for real, I want to say thank you. But before we get out of here, do me a favor, shoot your social media out there for the people. And listen, guys, I'm going to put that down in the description, just like I do with every interview. Okay. It's going to be down there. I put the links in there. You can just click on the links and go right to the social media, whatever it is. Cause I don't know. I know he has Facebook. I don't know about Twitter, but what he has. We'll put it down there, and you guys can, you know, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff. So give them all that info, bro.
So Facebook, you'll find me at TJ Meyer on Facebook. Instagram and Twitter, you'll find me both at real TJ Meyer. And then I have a YouTube. So TJ Meyer on YouTube.
TJ Meyer on YouTube. Okay. And again, guys, I'm going to put all that stuff down there in the description with the link, and you can just click on it and go right there. You don't have to type it all in and everything. Dude, for real, thank you so much for doing this. Like I told the rest of the guys, you know, I'm doing, you know, an interview now. Maybe we'll do another one a little bit later on and just keep kind of build a repertoire and a relationship, you know, whatever. So, dude, again, thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck in XICW and your career, of course.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Very good. Awesome.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads